Alright, David Harry here. Now last week I went out and shot some footage to see once again if I can use my Sony ZV1 as a vlogging camera. But this time round I used it with a Ulanzi WL1 wide angle lens adapter. So also what I've done here as well, I've matched it up with one of my modified microphones which literally plugs straight into the side, straight into the jack socket for the microphone, meaning that I don't have any trailing cables and stuff. And then I just put a pistol grip on the system as well. So what we're looking at here is basically maybe the smallest vlogging setup that I can do with the ZV1, or smallest physically like this. So let's see if by the end of doing all this, have I got myself something that I would consider to be a vlogging camera.
Okay, so I'm out and about now then with my system. So obviously the ZV1 with the wide angle adapter by Ulanzi, and also my little botched microphone. Now unfortunately as well, I've kind of come out without a dead cat for me mic. Usually if I use this particular microphone on something like a GoPro, it would get into the field of view with a dead cat on, which is why I don't come out with a dead cat with it usually. However, it's not that windy, and I suppose just the foam filter that I've got on it now should be okay. Anyways, as much as what it would be good to hear some decent dialogue and to also test the microphone while I'm doing these things, this particular video is primarily to do with picture quality or field of view and such, and what advantages we're going to be getting with this wide angle adapter. Now, just looking at the screen here, even with this wide angle adapter on, I'm just not convinced that this is still good enough. And I've got to be honest, I'm kind of almost at full arm's length here, or you know, somewhere comfortably towards full arm's length without the camera starting to feel too heavy. That there is absolute full arm's length, but that is just like not really a good thing to be doing. It's not convenient to be holding the camera that far out, especially once it starts getting like extra weight added to it with extra lenses and stuff like that, because after a while you will start feeling that. Now, if I hold this in the position where my GoPro normally would be, which is there, I'm just not at all convinced that the ZV1, even with this Ulanzi wide angle, is anything like a vlogging camera still. Actually, on that point as well, because this is probably all going to sound like me slagging it off and stuff like that, there'll be a link here to one of my YouTube buddies, and that's Tone from Tone's Adventures. Go and check out his channel because he does tons with the ZV1. So if you want to see somebody doing some stuff where they are dead into the ZV1, check out Tone stuff as a good balance to what I do, because although I like the ZV1 for certain things, it's mostly for traditional filming, not for vlogging. So check out Tone stuff anyway as a balance to what I'm doing here. Now another thing as well here, I am obviously in fully automatic. I'm going to say obviously, that's just because when I do vloggy stuff I always go fully auto, or at least within certain confines in an automatic setting, like say setting limits on a GoPro and stuff like that, like low and high limits, but nonetheless automatic. So right now this is in whatever it is, fully intelligent auto and all that kind of thing. It's also got the eye tracking thing on, which is working, so hopefully it's taken its focus from my eyes, but it'll also be doing its exposure for me face and stuff and all the rest of it, because it draws that box and all that stuff. Anyways, yeah, so there we go. That's the settings for this setup. I've got to be really careful here because I'm walking through mud, and I nearly went before I was doing the take that I had to stop because I nearly went in the mud. I'm gonna go again. Give us a sec while I get past this mud.
Okay, so unfortunately my battery ran out before I got to the last take. However, we did have enough footage there for us to get a good gauge as to what was going on. Now, this is only going to be a short summary, but I will front load it by saying this and be very clear about it. I think that the picture quality on the Sony ZV1 is awesome, and I do believe for the price that it is, there is nothing around that price range that can touch it for like a great tonal quality to the picture. And there's also other really cool kind of technical aspects of that picture quality that are really, really good. However, and this is quite possibly only my opinion, but even with a wide angle lens adapter on it, I just don't believe that the Sony ZV1 is any good for vlogging. And the main reason for that, again from my point of view, is to get the field of view that I think you should be getting for doing that selfie vlog thing. You have to hold it still right at the end of your arm. Now the problem is that when you do that, your arm will tire quite quickly, even with a relatively lightweight system. So for me to vlog, I tend to want to have like a bend in my arm and like the camera's so close to me, only because it allows for like a lot longer that you can do takes and stuff, and the camera won't feel so heavy either. In which case, with things like that, that is the reason why I still prefer GoPros, despite the fact that GoPros have got certain issues inherent within them. I just think that they make for a better vlogging camera for these types of positions and stuff. Now, there's another thing to do with the ZV1, and this particular thing about using it with a wide angle lens adapter wasn't really going to alter it, and that is the stabilizer. I still don't think that the stabilizer is quite good enough for doing vlogging. Now that's all my opinion, and like I'd said in the video, you should go and check out Tone from Tone's Adventures. There will be a link at the end of this video and one in the description. Check out Tone stuff and see what he does with his Sony ZV1, because he uses his tons and tons and gets some amazing results out of it. So if you watch his videos, you'll see somebody who's quite definitely got a difference of opinion than what I've got with regard to ZV1 for vloggy stuff. So go and check out Tone stuff. Anyways, if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to my channel, getting all over the bell notification icon thing. Also as well, if you want to see any more of the videos that I've done with the Sony ZV1 and future videos, because I will be doing more videos with it, most probably more to do with audio and things like that and microphones, then go to www.sonyzv1.com and that will take you to where all my videos are for the Sony ZV1. Anyways, I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.